Yes.
Before you start, no comments. It's just the dog, the bed, no food.
Hey, Frode.
Just had to close a few things. And I'm going to this wonderful music. And trying to get the fireplace to work, but it's just ticking over.
Sometimes it needs. Have you changed the battery yet?
Hang on. Yes.
Have you made the toast, the bread lamps?
What is that?
You eat a bean.
Is that a sandwich?
It's just bread.
That's bread.
Okay, I got to do some
Oh,
work.
that's delicious bread.
Did you eat the bean?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
But I want to sit with you.
Okay, close the door then and come sit with me.
And then I'll eat any of my bread.
Okay, so I'm going to do some work with Henning. So you can stay here and listen, but try not to interrupt and be all cute and beautiful and annoying, okay? So Henning, this is, I have 5 minutes at the beginning of my 3-hour exam tomorrow.
Okay.
So generally, you're kind of supposed to give an overview of the work, but I've just read my document, my thesis, and we're going to be going through it almost page by page. So I want to do a wider framing. So what I'm asking to do with you, you are the first, is just to go through it. If you have questions, please interrupt. We'll just see how it goes. But the point is the bigger picture.
Yeah.
So I want to start with the point that contextualized data makes interactions possible, especially in computer systems. And this is very much from your philosophy, Henning, of course. And contextualized data is, of course, in many aspects of it, metadata. And metadata, therefore, is hugely important, so it should not be hidden. And this is why I have come up with this concept of visual meta. And the importance of metadata is obvious. Computer science people and other people talk about it all the time. But the problem is that there has been very, very little progress in making more usable, rich metadata over the last few decades. Doug's thinking of how we should evolve and get better and better certainly is not happening. The people I'm talking to, Henning, they will know Doug's work very well. So that reference is, yeah. And so there's a problem of truth, a problem of imagination. One of my professors at Syracuse, he said that truth kills creativity. Because once something is defined as being something, you're not going to spend creativity to make it something else. That means that, for instance, a lot of the early opportunities for what personal computing could be that Doug and other people invented, once the Mac became established and then Windows, with word processing, spreadsheets, and so on, that was what people thought of as being a computer.
Okay, yeah. So the thing is, yeah, I agree with you. I think if you are, we never question the sins of our father. You can imagine that the Mac and Windows is the sins of our fathers, and we now have to deal with the restrictions that they have imposed to their systems.
Yes, and almost everything, you know, if you're told that that person is the enemy, that person's the enemy, you know, it works on many, many different levels.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, we had the same thing with the web. The web became what we know today, some social media videos and pages and stuff. And similarly with smartphones, they could have been many things, but they are what we know them to be today. But here's the thing, there is an opportunity, and visual meta, VM, is relevant to this, and that is virtual reality. Because virtual reality has to be completely invented. Every single thing you see, every single pixel has to have some sort of metadata, otherwise it cannot exist. everything everything embedded. Sorry, Henning, this is why I'm doing it with you, because I'm just about to repeat what I said. So room by room and object by object, it needs to have metadata. And it needs to connect with what I can jokingly call traditional world and real world. You shouldn't just have things in metadata in virtual reality. You should be able to take it out. And that is where visual meta fits.
What's the difference between traditional and reality and real reality? No, what was it?
So I'm
In the
just
real world.
also going to see if that's Keith.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I jokingly here just made it, whoops. Traditional world and real world. Real world meaning printed. Because one of the things with visual meta, you can even print out a document and it won't lose the metadata.
Yeah, that's very cool.
So there's also, the final thing I want to highlight is that there's a particular opportunity to make concepts concept maps.
Yeah, exactly. I got.
Yeah, I think that's the second to last slide or something. Anyway, oh yeah, these slides are useless. These are just notes. So here, what I will introduce is the idea of, imagine you are in VR and you are, let's say, looking at Carl Linnaeus's work, and you come across a concept that you think is important. That concept could be the name of an animal, could be almost anything, but it's interesting to you. So you define it. And as you define it, you will therefore better understand what it is, because you have to use your brain to do the definition. And by doing the definition, by writing things, you are connecting it with everything else you have done. Just by writing, a gecko is a green creature, whatever it might be. So imagine if you do that in virtual reality, and when you come across this concept, you snap your fingers or something, and suddenly you're in the entire room is your concept map. So different parts of the walls, you have different concepts that are important for your work. So you're using proprioception to know where things are by your body. You have ambient information. You have all these benefits. Ego, where are you going? Are you done with this? Oh, okay. And then, ja, anyway, det kommer til å snakke mer om det, hvordan det går.
Okay. Der står det 2-2. Skal det stå der particular opportunity to?
No, that's great. Thank you. So. Jeg bør egentlig slutte med den siste slide. Så tar jeg de vekk. Skip slide. Sånn, ja. So anyway, og den også. Skip slide. Så ja, så det liksom concept map. For dette jeg jobber med concept maps nå i Author. Jeg håper på å få en update i dag som ikke har kommet inn, som gjør akkurat det.
Det er veldig spennende for det. It makes sense that from the roots of your first engagement with Douglas to now, it's followed its particular path, and you've done all the work and everything. I think it's whenever I'm getting a presentation, what helps me understand it anyway is that the person who presents it doesn't get lost in the small stuff, but always remembers the big picture when describing the small stuff.
Yeah, but remember, this is not a presentation. They have read my work.
Yeah.
So that's why it's a bit different. Not that you were disagreeing.
No, you can go more in depth and everything like that. But I think again, we're talking about context of any information. it's good for you as well to always remember the context of the telling of things.
Yeah, absolutely. But what I'm doing now, by the way, is I've made this VR room. Obviously, we're not in VR now, but this is what it looks like. So when you put your headset on, you have an author here, and then you have one Linnaeus card here, huge. And this is a stack to indicate you can go through them. And here's his taxonomy. So, the question is how these things can connect.
Fude, do you have the latest Future of Text? I have only the first edition, the second release, the second volume. Do you have that in PDF format? I think you send it to me.
Go to Future Text Publishing, and then you can download it there.
Volume 2 there. Cool.
But any final comments? Because Keith is here, and I'm going to start from the top.
Okay.
Any other comments, Henning?
No, I think you know what it is. I know you have to see Keith now. If you have further questions or want to run it past me again afterwards, just send me a text or something like that.
Okay.
But yeah, hi, there's Keith.
Hey, Henning.
How are you?
I'm good. Yeah.
So prepare yourself for the full presentation.
Okay, talk to you later, Henning. Thank you.
You're my hero, big brother, and you're an even greater hero, Edgar. I love you, Edgar. Okay, I'll see you. Take care.
Yeah.
That house.
Yeah. Hey, I'm supposed to work now. Can you hurry up, darling? It's not made of Minecraft.
It's a bit like Minecraft.
Oh, it doesn't. It looks much nicer, I guess. So there. Oh.
You're very quiet at the moment.
Am I quiet?
Very, yeah.
No, I'm not. Must be your speaker, because when I talked to Henning, he heard us okay.
Well, I can hear you, but I mean, Henning was loud and you were quiet.
Okay, let's try this then, because he didn't complain, so I thought it was okay. And he's very good at complaining. Let me just try this here. Nothing funny here. Yeah, sorry. It is actually a bit.
It's all right. Don't worry about it. I can hear you. It's just quite low. That's all.
Stay here and listen to this, or do you want to go, Mummy? What do you want to do? You want to go, Mummy? Okay. Hang on, let me give you this on the door so we don't make a huge mess with all the films. Sorry, Keith.
It's all right. No worries.
Remember, Ellie was out cleaning today, so make sure you carry this super careful. So bizarre. Henning we went to see an animal on Sunday before, and there was the hug and everything, and Edgar was clearly upset by the situation. He could feel something was wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But when we told him what happened the next day, he just wanted to know how cancer can kill, and then he wanted to play a game, and we'll bring it up. He says he's also very upset about an animal and the squirrel we had. It's very odd.
Yep.
Okay, hang on.
Yep.
This is really quiet. Not even moving here. I wonder why. It's probably because of this thing. Okay, let's see now.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so it was the fact that I was in the hubs room.
Okay.
Okay. I should have a screenshot of that for this. Who texted? Was that you? Yeah. Yeah. Let's just do that real quick. At least now we know.
And you've gone down again, but I can still hear you.
I'm just adding in this screenshot thing here. Okay, now I should be back, right?
Yeah.
Okay. It's kind of unnerving with Edgar's lack of connection with what happened. I kind of want him to just get it out. You know, I managed to have a meeting today with my advisor where I managed to not think about it too much, but generally it's so much bigger and more painful than I could ever have imagined, including having gone through similar, as you know.
Yeah.
Just,
It's going to be different and new, and as well as the same every time.
yeah,
It's hard.
yeah, it's just so bad. Okay.
Edgar, I think you've prepared him so well that he's accommodating it, and it will take time. It will sink in, but yeah, no rush. I mean, the longer he can sort of just be processing it, I think the more he's going to understand how to encompass it.
Yeah, right. So my Viva tomorrow, it starts at 1, goes until 3. I will have the opportunity to do a 5-minute introduction. Generally, it seems people tend to just rehash what's in the document, but they just read the document. We're about to go through it. So I'm going to do a little bit wider and you'll see. So that's why yeah.
Okay.
So start with a very obvious thing. Contextualized data makes interactions possible in a computer system. If there isn't a context to what something is, it's not really even data.
What do you mean by context?
In this case, I mean metadata.
Okay.
There are many types of context.
Mhm.
A key context is, of course, metadata. So it's important, so it shouldn't be hidden. And that's the whole rationale between visual meta, which they will know. So the importance of metadata is something everybody knows. It's, you know, anybody who does anything with computer science will talk it up. But the problem is that over the last many decades, very little progress has been made with getting richer metadata and making it more useful. Doug's work certainly isn't happening. These people would know Doug's work intimately, so I don't need to go into detail about that.
Good.
And as a professor, when I went to university, said, truth kills creativity. If something is defined as being something, you're not going to be creative. That's what it is. We saw that first in computers with personal computers. In the beginning, they could be anything. And then they became word processor, spreadsheet, and a few other things. Because that's what a computer is in the public imagination. We saw the same thing with the web, video, social media, and pages. That's what it became. So with smartphones, where you have messaging, social media, and things like that. There could have been many other things, but at a certain point, the public stops wondering what it can be. Mm-hmm. There is, however, an opportunity, and that's virtual reality. Because in virtual reality, everything will need metadata, room by room, object by object. And the public's imagination of what specifically working in virtual reality can be has not been set. And that is the mission that we're working on now. And that is why I'm so happy that visual meta fits in this very well, because it shouldn't just be metadata for one sphere. You should also, as I jokingly call it, TW, traditional world, or RW, real world, the same metadata should be on a traditional laptop, even printed out and in virtual reality, which visual meta allows for. There is a particular opportunity to make concept maps, truly concept maps in VR and beyond. And this is where I will talk a little bit about the Linnaean project thing, about the idea that, let's say you are reading something by Carl Linnaeus and you come across a concept, and a concept could even be the name of a plant, basically anything you find worthwhile enough to define. So you write a definition, and by writing the definition, you're using brain power to learn what it is. And the definition will be giving context to how it connects to the rest of your knowledge work. So imagine you come across this and you just snap your fingers or something, and the whole room changes, and you're now in your own knowledge room. You have everywhere on the walls, you have your knowledge maps, kind of like this.
Go back to a small detail, go back to the previous thing. You said particular opportunity to make concept maps truly concept maps, not truly map concepts.
Oh, that's nice, sir.
Which way round do you mean it? Because they are, okay. Because you just basically repeated the concept maps. Truly.
Yeah, but no, but this is better. Thank you. Absolutely. So,
Okay.
no, that's just music. Okay, because the thing here is, so I'll show this and say this is a simple little VR thing that I made in for Mozilla Hubs, where you go and you have the card here on the left, but the idea is this whole snapping between different rooms, because in our testing, if you have things floating in space, it gets really, really obnoxious. Oh yeah, please go to this URL when you can.
A form of lack of context. Floating in space, you have no context.
That's actually very interesting what you said there. Now I'm just going to text it to you. So if you can go here in your Oculus, then this is where we put together some of the things for Bint.
Cool.
This is futuretextlab.info. So that's that library you just saw, the mural, constellation, and a few other things. Yeah, so I'm not entirely sure how to close it, but it becomes
So what are you showing here? Can you nutshell it for me?
yeah, that's exactly what I'm going to try to do on this slide here with you. So visual meta, then and open and open. With VR being a way to help reinvigorate. Okay, being a fresh. Something like that.
Do you know anything about the people who are going to be receiving this?
I do. There's going to be 2 examiners, and one of my advisors will be sitting in, not talking, but taking notes, so he can help me afterwards. One of them is Nick Gibbons. He's from the University of Southampton. He was my examiner for the last viva, the kind of midway point, so he knows what this is. And the other one is Klaus Atzenbach. He is in Germany, and he is very much involved in hypertext and stuff. So I have approved these examiners, which is a very interesting thing to be allowed to do.
That is interesting.
Yeah, because the point is they want to make sure that the people judging this understand it, not that people are coming at it from a point of being pernickety about the reference layout or something.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, I was concerned, what if they are people who may be, I mean, there's so many people at this point just saying, oh, virtual reality, just dismissing it. I just would hate for that to happen. It sounds like these guys are guys that get innovative tech evolution, at least to a basic level. So yeah, good.
Yeah, so I have this. I did this just for fun. Screenshots on the Mac just so slow these days. Do you have the same thing?
Well, saving them.
No, well, just taking them. Sometimes it just takes a moment. Oh my God, that's got all kinds of nonsense, including you on there. How do I hide that?
Command Shift 4 and then take the rectangle. Just go.
I think I can do, first I do this. Now you're gone. Oh, no. I need to get rid of that. Okay, hang on. Trying to get a second screenshot. Boom, okay. Now I'll put, could you see that?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Here it's yeah, this transition to certainly now I'm talking about concept maps. I probably need to make a bit smoother.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I need to spawn that room again and take a screenshot of it of just the card. Yeah, allow, but no. Okay, I'm going to go quiet now because this is not able to handle thing. Yeah, mute. Did you join this?
No, it's the first time I've seen it. I'm doing it now.
Who is Silver Teal?
That's me.
Oh,
I'm changing
okay,
that.
you did
That's a
just
really
go.
silly name.
Okay. That's very cool. But yeah, you really need to have a look at this in the headset because
Yeah.
if you look at on the VR page, so I'm
Mhm.
close to that. Okay, yeah, the VR page, there's also a link lower down in that paragraph. It says click to launch room with floating text and lines. And
Okay.
that's where we can see how crap that is.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'll come back to that.
Yeah, thanks. I guess I should, yeah, how do I go from talking about VR as an opportunity, real world, traditional, hang on, this doesn't really work.
Well, I mean that.
How about I just this?
VR needing metadata is not a bad possible look.
But can I just leave it, write it like this without inventing those silly acronyms?
Yeah. Yeah. Avoid silly acronyms.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. I mean, an acronym, if it's fresh, new, and not painfully obvious, is going to leave people slightly confused, not sure if they understand, especially if they just might not quite, they might be busy thinking, what's that, as you say what it is, and not really get it.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Mhm.
I can just say opportunity, VR, because I'll just make that slide automatically go in here. Automatically. Boom, boom, boom. Everything will need metadata and should connect to the wider world.
Yeah, especially when you're talking about connecting to the wider world, because then you have documents that are designed to exist elsewhere, that then the virtual world will know how to assimilate and present and manipulate them.
Yes, exactly. So then we go delete this slide. And from there we go to here.
So then this is an example of what you're talking about. Is it?
Yeah, okay, let's do this. So metadata includes citation information, references, structure, so on, with concepts. The opportunity to make concept maps truly mapped concepts in VR and beyond. Okay, so here I can say, as well as define concepts, and I'd like to highlight how exciting it is, the opportunity to make concept maps, truly mapped concepts in VR and beyond. And say, you know, like this is how we've implemented it in Author, which of course uses visual meta. So continue being here and snap your fingers. Gotta make this a bit cartoonish.
As long as it's not Comic Sans.
Comic Sans. Yeah, could have been.
Evil.
I wouldn't mind making it all kinds of things there, like drop shadow and even outline, shadow border, borderline. No, that's
for the object, not the text.
yeah, that's too horrible.
See what it make it a white drop shadow. Because
A glow shadow.
yeah.
Could make this text white. Yeah, I can have the text up here, right?
I mean, maybe slightly off the actual content area of the window, so it's obvious that it's not just part of the scene.
Yeah, I guess I should actually make a room that is what I'm talking about here. Yeah, okay. And then I end with I want to put my an aside. Yeah, here I just want to take a moment to say, I'm really worried that we don't use this opportunity to really push VR, what it can be for work. And so one powerful, yeah, okay. Okay, that makes sense. Come on. Why is there a box there? Yeah, so then I say, okay, I want to talk about VR for work for a moment. I'm really worried our human imagination, which I now just said as the opportunity. And then go into the what metadata. Okay. Does that make sense? I know I'm just waffling on, but okay. So, yeah. So connect to the wider world, blah, blah, blah. And aside on VR for work, I'm really worried we're going to run out of imagination. Metadata can include these things as well as define concepts. And I think we have a particular opportunity to make concept maps truly mapped concepts in VR and beyond. And we can actually make a real virtual knowledge room. That's amazing. So in Author, we can already do this stuff. We can see these things. So imagine you're in a VR room and you see something like this. So imagine you come across somewhere here a concept and you snap your fingers and boom, you are in a room that is entirely this.
Not entirely sure what you've just done.
What I'm showing is, I'd probably have to try to do it tonight, but the thing is, so imagine you're in a virtual room, you're reading, come across a concept you find interesting, you snap your fingers, and boom, you're now in your living room, your knowledge room, that is just for that.
Or one of the methods that I've seen in a number of more game type things, actually not all games, in video environments as well. You've got your controllers and then you sort of do that and then you see a panel appear. And that panel could be a control panel, it could be a way of choosing things. So I'm just wondering about, so just thinking about alternatives rather than saying, okay, I'm in a different space, which could be disconcerting, maybe not, but just a way of saying, well, just sort of bringing something in, just saying like, show me this or show me this. Okay, got it.
Yeah, but I'm not worried about that because you would be the one controlling the transition.
Mm-hmm.
So
okay.
Let me just say, I can't option. Calm down. Oh, down room. Okay, now I'm going to just do hubs. No, Mozilla Spoke. Have you designed anything in Spoke?
I haven't even looked at it.
Oh, sorry, I had to mute you. Please come again.
I haven't even looked at it. I haven't seen it.
Okay, check this out. I'm going to show you something now. I'm going to open this room here. And I have this 3D-ish mouse now. It's the interaction here in the Spoke is really bad. But anyways, I'm going to do this. So this room, I'm going to now save as knowledge room. It is actually, some of it is really boring. The interact, you know, really bad interaction. But the fact that I can even do this, you see this person type thing.
Yep.
Initial spawn points. If you put on your headset now,
Mhm.
that is what you would see. Oops, that's wrong. So I'm just deleting these things. I'm going to go out. Full
From
screen.
a point of view, this is so like Minecraft. I think that's great that he's got something, he's got a context for it.
I was very proud, but I was also insulted. So now just from my desktop, I just drag this thing in. So now I'm going to go full screen again. And
Make sure he knows that you're also, he knows you're proud. Yeah. Silly me.
I say it too much almost. All right, so whoops. Yeah, navigation in this is really not pleasant. Whoops.
Mhm.
And I obviously know 3D software, just like, okay, let's try to go back in. One thing that is powerful here is that because it's 3D and optimized, whoops, you can, the walls that are not said to be visible from both sides are only visible on one side. Great, because then if you look at it from the outside, you don't have a wall.
See a wall, yeah.
Right, okay, so here, I selected this, move it to the side, I'm going to make it 3 times as big, yeah. So that's it, actually. It's floating a little bit out of the wall, which is, I think, kind of neat. But what I can do at the top here, snapping, I'm going to make it snap at 1.25 because I don't want it touching the wall, because if it touches the wall, then there's the problem with the rendering.
Right, okay.
So that's one. And then we go, I'm just going to do one more. So there's one on each side. Yeah, I'm very, very glad you're watching this, because you definitely should be one of the people who could do this. So I press R now for rotate, and I use the green, and it, whoops, the green wasn't really live. So if I now go strong green,
yep,
it rotates. And then I do T for translate. I'm going to make it also 3. Really? Is it that big? And oh yeah, that's why.
Oh, it's just closer.
So now I think this one is, yeah, they're all 3. So that was really easy. Oh, so now I just do publish to hubs. I had this weird render bug where everything was really ruined. And it just got shh when you put on the headset. And then I published it from Chrome rather than Safari, and everything was fine again.
Yeah, I hate the fact that Chrome is better supported for, or supports things better, because Chrome is such a resource hog.
Yeah, it is, amongst other things. So have you got your headset nearby?
I have one, yep. Oh yeah, I've got 2.
Creator, yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna. So what I'm going to do on this page.
When we went to go in.
Okay, so boom, 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 reload the VR page. And at the bottom, right before mural, there should be a link to this. All right, so I have battery, good. Can you start up, please? It really goes into deep sleep after a while, doesn't it?
Sorry, what am I doing?
You go to the /VR page.
Yep. I'm at that page on my laptop, my other laptop. Do I go to it in the headset?
Yeah, go to that page in the headset, because that should be a page you only go to once. And then that's where I'm updating these things. So I just have to start up my the headset.
Oh, I've got to sort out my.
By the way, I have a problem that every single time I put on my headset, even if it's the same room with the same lighting and it's 2 minutes,
Guardian, pain
Yeah.
in the ass.
I have
Yeah.
reset caches and all kinds of stuff.
I'm going to report that actually, because that's annoying me too.
Okay.
Right. So, okay.
You should be able to just say, I don't need a guardian because I will always be sitting. That should be one of the options.
Or just let me live dangerously.
That may be legally difficult. So.
Sorry, I was just doing an update. Nearly done.
Okay. Where's my phone?
So futuretextlab.info/VR.
Yeah. I'm going to try to do a little video of this.
I can send you an article that I've written on how to record audio from your headset. Oops, didn't mean to.
Yeah, I won't need the audio, but yeah, I'd love to see it.
Mm-hmm. There's ways of doing it with audio as well.
Yeah, but I wouldn't need. It works. It's so annoying, that hub's pink thing floating in the sky. Works so.
Asking me to log in. Stop it.
Okay, so that was all a success. So now I'm going to change a thing in that room.
Okay, I've got the web page up. Where am I scrolling to?
Right before mural.
Okay, knowledge room with 3 concept maps. Yep. Or click to launch room with floating text and lines.
You can choose. I would like you to watch both.
I'll start with the basic knowledge room with 3 concept maps.
No. Don't do that. In that case, there is a
Click to launch room with floating text and lines.
no. On top of that, the heading itself.
Okay.
Do that library with large card because that's the simplest.
Oh, okay.
Lab.
It looks so much like a heading. I didn't really consider that it was a link.
Yeah, I know. That's probably a problem.
Right, join room.
Sure.
Oh, now it's asking me to come up with a new name. No way, I'm that Keith.
There we go. Okay, now it's room.
Enter room. Allow, come on. Hey, oh wow, cool.
Isn't it shocking? And it's so easy to make.
Yeah. Where's my other controller? Is it possible to make links or triggers in this space?
I can make links. That's not so difficult. To different rooms, yes.
All right, not link to say hide or show something in the same room.
completely non-interactive, which is absolutely horrendous.
That's a shame.
Yeah, it is. And that's why you need coding to make that possible.
Mhm.
I really have a problem with that.
So is it possible with coding?
No.
Okay.
You have to build it elsewhere. This is all web-based.
Okay, right. Okay,
You'd have to do 3GS or Unity, like a games platform.
right. Okay, so not coding to add to this. Just you've got to rebuild it yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Life's too short. Okay. And we're all going to be just looking at all these different ways of doing things to try and figure out which are the ones that actually suit our needs best.
Yeah, exactly.
So what were you screen grabbing?
No, I was just adding, I was taking another screen grab in author because the quote unquote knowledge room, adding another item to. I wanted to look more enveloping you type thing.
So are you able to join me in this room?
Yeah, but I'm busy. I'm making another room for you.
Ah,
This won't take long. Yeah, I really think you should invest the time to learn how to use this because there isn't that much you can do, and the basics is really easy. And I think with the work that you do, to be able to build a proper room would be pretty cool.
it will be a lot of fun.
And then there's Blender, where you can build more kind of amazing high detail stuff.
Yeah, I've been sort of put off Blender because it's been, some people I know say, oh, this is the future of graphic design. I think, fuck off. It's a very useful tool. It's not the future of graphic design. You're an arsehole for saying that. And that actually put me off it.
I think you should ignore them because that's the kind of people who clearly are clueless. And they're saying that, oh, if I just learn something different, then, you know, I'll be fine. They don't understand that graphic design is actually design.
Let me tell you something that's a little bit shocking. That guy who said that is the heads the MA Interaction Design course at LCC.
I have a feeling I met him when I was out walking with you.
Yes, that's him.
Yeah.
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 Wow.
That's that kind of person is very sad, but then when they get a good job and they control things, it's no longer sad. It's just humiliating.
Anyway, yeah, yeah. I've got to do so much video learning. I may be tapping on your shoulder, say, Fred, help.
What do you mean video learning?
Video editing, color grading. I've got a new camera arrived, which you should see at some point.
Not the Z9.
No, it's the Zcam K1 Pro Stereo 180.
Wow. You are a lucky bastard.
It's lovely. And yeah, I mean, it's really good. And I really need to figure out how to do color correction, apply LUTs, and then do some proper color grading.
It's lots and lots of fun.
I'm going to remember that pun.
By the way, you see how awkward I am moving about. That really, to me, is one of the big problems with this hubs. It's the movement system is just not good.
Yeah, I mean, movement in 3D space while you're looking at a 2D screen and using keyboard or mouse and keyboard, it's never been wonderful. It should be better than this, definitely. Yeah, that's too well. There's probably also a bit of the problem of lag, the Zoom lag anyway. But yeah, comparing that to even basic movement when you're in the environment in a headset, that's so much easier. I mean, I was just going zoom, 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 looking around. Fine.
Yeah, I mean, I bought, I told you, right? I bought Vint an Oculus. I sent it to him. He got it. He was going to try to set it up this weekend. But the problem is, obviously, until he is in, he doesn't have any clue what it is.
No. Yeah, I did try and get people at Meta interested. I understand their point of view, or the point of view of my boss.
Yeah.
Who said he's not really that interested in helping highly privileged people and giving them lots of extra help.
I think that's laudable. I'm very happy to hear that. Because like with Selena Chow, the super billionaire woman I know, people would give her things right, left, and center. It was really obnoxious. She wasn't very thrilled either. So by the way, so I made this model here, and you can see, you know, the walls are transparent until I see them from the other side. And all I've done is these knowledge maps. So now upright, I click publish to hubs. I'm calling it knowledge room, save and publish. So now if this works, when this is uploaded, you should be able to click on that same link. I shouldn't have to make a new one, a new room. So if we both go, I'll tell you when it's up, 65%, 74.
I'll go in and then back out of that to the web page again.
Yeah.
And then reload the page.
So this is kind of important. When you're in Spoke, you've done the publish, you get a dialog that says view scene or okay. It's actually best not to view scene, because then you get into that whole thing where it suggests you make a new room.
Oh, right, okay.
The scene is the thing, a room is the instance of the scene. That's their language. I don't know if that's standard or not.
It's nothing standard at this point.
Yeah.
So when I put the headset back on, I'm back in my sort of, the sort of generic starting place environment. The browser panel is floating in front of me. Standard 2D browser. It's just saying your session's ended. Refresh your browser to start a new one.
Yeah, refresh.
Refresh. Yep, and it's okay.
I suggest that what you actually do is, hang on, I'm just going to go get my phone because I need to do the video because it's so cool. Thank you for being super inspirational. This is, you really helped me take this up a notch, to put it simply. Are you there?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go.
I'm slowly panning. I've still got the 2D view, and it's got the grey box in front saying, distinct mild plane, join room, spectate. And it's doing that slow sideways pan. I'm just wondering what's going to happen. I think I'm going to pan right out of the room.
Okay, so when you look at my screen now, no, okay, look, but don't, I can see you're on VR. Stay there.
I'm nose peeking, I can see.
Okay, so when you were at the futurelab.info/VR, you scroll down to knowledge room with 3 concept maps.
Okay.
And you clicked on that, right?
No, I'm backing. Okay, now I'm back at that web page. Reload just in case. Okay, now I'll scroll down to that knowledge room with 3 concept maps. Is that the thing?
Yeah, click on that. I'm just changing the name of it, but that should not impact you at all.
Fearless Tight Convention.
Oh, this is fantastic. I got, my phone is actually working on this thing. Okay, so I now click refresh page. All quite impressive.
So I just joined the room. Oh, Frode joined the lobby. I'm going to join the room.
Join room. I'm going to turn down volume so that Yeah, I'm unmuted because we have our own. Oh, there you are.
Fight.
Yes. Okay, can you just while I record this, can you stand behind me?
Okay.
Have to start recording.
Do you see when I point at the
I can
wall?
see your pointer. Don't point, please.
That's what I wanted to know.
Yeah, no, exactly. I'm going to take my hands away. There's a red dot, but so I can look at the
Red dot is telling you in the headset that you're screencasting. It'll appear in the final video.
Found it, Mama, without any help from you.
It's freezing.
Can you go click add an hour?
Yeah, but it's actually on now.
Oh, okay. I'll have Emily. I'm in a different world. Oh, right. Okay.
Hi, Emily.
So okay. Now we can be here together. I'll stop recording. I just want a few seconds.
Okay.
Is it right?
You have a very strange head. It's because you've stood up into your label.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. Yeah. Isn't this so? This room with the ceiling and wall and floors, I made that easily. It's took me half a day to learn how to do this.
Hmm.
And you see over here on, hang on, gonna get my hands. You see over here on the wall, studying, reading, writing.
Yep.
It's an indication of now we're in the studying room. You can tap to do the jump over. Hi, Eka. All right, come and see what Dada's viewing. Do you want to put this on your head? Put that down. Let's go away from the chair, please.
Ow.
Careful. Okay, stand in front of me and face away from me. Come, no, closer to me, closer to me. Okay, stop. Uncle Keith is in here.
Hey, Edgar.
You can't see it so well because I have my glasses, but you can see a little bit.
Oh, I can see a robot.
That's right. That's
Hello.
it's a bit blurry, isn't it, Edgar?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Mommy,
No mommy in there.
That's me.
I need you.
Yeah.
I can see Uncle Keith, who's a robot.
He's waving as well. All right.
Mommy, you have it on.
No, because it's got Dada's optics in there.
Okay, come on, now let's try and figure this glass out. It's not going to get warm.
Oh, is it that bad that you just can't?
It's really cold.
Yeah, just don't do it then.
Come on, Boxy.
Can you close the door, please?
I'm trying.
Are you trying to? Share.
Bonk.
Save video.
Right through you.
I have I texted Enamel last night because I wanted to talk to him. So now I see in the send messages thing, one of the defaults is Enamel. So effing heck.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Let me try to share this through other means.
How's his wife?
When we went to see him, she was all over him. He had to be unwrapped. And yeah, I mean, it was both moving and obviously a bit morbid because his state
Mhm,
was quite bad.
mhm,
He was already very skinny from.
Yep.
So I now have an image of him. I even had to take a picture because she wanted it, because he always wanted pictures, and she wants to be able to show Kai one day where he's lying, mouth half open, eyes slightly open, and yeah,
That's-
one of the worst things.
It's just the shell.
Yeah, it really.
Yeah, I was talking about this with Bridget. It's just so strange that somebody who was so full of life.
Yep.
I mean, that was just like the first impression she got. This guy is
See, when I point,
so alive.
So that was audio from us earlier. I was just. What did you say? Please repeat.
Just Bridget was saying that her first impression and just her memory of him is just somebody who's so alive, just so present.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yep. It's shit. Okay, I'm going to go into. Oh my God, it's hard not to be derailed by how horrible that is. God, it's just. I didn't realize it could be. Yeah, I miss him. I hope he has I had a vague idea how much we cared, but right. I'm gonna go VR. Oh, here we go, library card. So I'm gonna go to the, oh yeah, did you go to the basic one as well?
That's the only one I've been in.
No, you've also been to the one I was in.
Oh.
And that was with all these, the way I define basic is a bit different. So I'm
So
gonna
I
try.
went to the knowledge room with 3 concept maps.
Yeah, that's not the basic one, believe it or not.
Okay, so which is the, what, should I do click to launch room with floating text lines? Or should I go up to the headline?
Hang on a second. I think I've managed to do that. Yeah, go to the one that's on the heading, please. Wonder if I got something good here or not.
Right. Loading, join room. The head's fallen off. Gone sideways.
That's not recommended. Okay, so yeah, this is so much better.
How do I get rid of the pens?
Oh, it's just don't ask. It's so stupid.
Okay. I'm going to go put them behind something.
Okay, so can you have a look at my screen for a second?
Yep.
I think I have a presentation for you.
Okay, I'll take this off.
Okay, so now the room you were in just now, that was just the room with the big old thing in front of you, and yeah.
Very old thing, black and white old thing, and your thing.
Yeah. So the way I'll show it tomorrow is, I say, so in Author we already have this, and it does that stuff. So imagine if you are in an artifact or a workroom, and you come across something interesting, and you want to work on it, and you touch whatever concept it is, or speak it, or write it, or whatever you want. Snap your fingers, and now you're in a knowledge room. Where
Do you see when I point at the wall?
that was
You-
confusing.
Wait. I should have shut up.
That was really interesting, because I thought for a second you were making that comment live now. It's like weird. Anyway, So I show the first thing and hit explain that stuff, and then snap your fingers figuratively, it doesn't matter what the interface is. And you're in a room that is only knowledge maps all around the room here, just mocked up really simply. So you have the whole space to work in.
Mhm.
And then you snap your fingers and you're back. So I'll do that.
Yeah.
But before we finish, if you could please go into VR again, and you see on my screen here the click to launch floating
yeah.
text and lines.
Right. Hmm. Join the room. Interesting. Translucent.
It's annoying as well, isn't it? The line and the floating text. It's just helpful.
The white glow around the text makes it illegible unless you're really close.
Yeah. So I found that was hugely useful, because before that I thought you'd use author and then you just take the concept map off into space or something, but no, it becomes unreadable.
Yeah, that is interesting.
And that's the kind of thing you cannot guess. You have to try it to find out, right?
Yes, definitely. No, Bridget's back.
Very good.
Yeah, that's very interesting. This actually reminds me a little of a Netscape browser plugin in the 90s that was very exciting and then never went anywhere. I think it was called originally Project Hot Sauce, and then I think Project
Yes, the Hot Sauce became basically,
VR World thing.
yeah, but Hot Sauce became, I think it became RSS or something. It became used, but in a very different way.
Totally different way. But yeah, for that, the idea was you're flying through this infinite space and you have different sites that you could then go to. And it was really cool, and also just slowed you down so much because you're having to go, I want to go to that place. Why not just go click? But this is a very different thing, because the point is, I mean, it doesn't work exactly as you've got here, but the point of your whole mapping thing isn't to go from one to the other, it's to see the relationships. Yeah, I'm going to have to go. And
Oh, that's fine. I'm really, really grateful for this. Can you just have a look at the last slide and see if you agree with me or if it's too wordy? Oh, Henning is there again. Fantastic.
Hey,
I snuck in.
Keith is just looking at this last slide, and then I want to show you the new ending, if you don't mind, that Keith has so kindly helped me with.
Just a second for the. Okay. Visual meta is an open, robust method to approach. Right time.
remove the comma after enable this. Yep.
Fantastic. Okay, have a good evening, Keith. I'm very, very grateful for your help with this. I'll run it by the little brother now. Bye.
My instinct was then to just go, right, got to save that slide. That's in Command S, right?
We can do a version of it.
Right, I got to go.
Yeah, thanks. Bye.
Guys.
Take care, Keith. Good to see you.
So thank you, Henning. So now this slide you've seen, and you've seen this whole VR thing. So what I've done, I've built something in VR while I was talking to Keith. So my point is everything in VR will need metadata, room by room and object by object. And I've removed those strange new acronyms. Visual meta can connect to the traditional worlds, personal computers, real world, and VR.
Printed, yeah.
Yeah. So
I'll put you on mute.
yeah. So, and then here, and aside for VR for work, here I'll talk for a minute about, I think it's really important we use our imagination to think about what it could be. And metadata is so crucial. Metadata can include, no, hang on. Sorry, Henning, I can delete. Oh, for God's sake, Emily cannot ever find her phone. Bottom of the stairs, darling. Bottom of the stairs. It's okay. So here I say this, and I said, when it comes to defined concepts, we have a particular opportunity here to make concept maps truly mapped concepts in VR and beyond. So for example, we can make a real virtual knowledge room. So what we have in author is this, as you know, and they would know, but I explain anyway. So imagine you are in a, can you stop moving your hand across? Because it's actually quite large. Thank you. So imagine you are in a VR workroom looking at an artifact like this Linnaeus slip, huge. And you look around and you're working and come across a concept you think is important. And then you snap your fingers or something similar, and boom, now you're in a room that is only concept maps. Everything around you, as you will always have it, is different concepts, so you know where different things are. Here I've just mocked it up with a few examples from author. And when you're done putting this concept in place, snap your fingers again and you're back in whatever room you were before. So you always have access to this full knowledge room. And there's the last page. You're muted, I think. Yeah, you're muted.
It's only because I don't have interesting things to say.
Okay.
Look, she's got more interesting things to say. This is my brother. That's amazing for that. I really, you know, ready to enable it or take advantage of this for VR? No, to empower VR or something like that. I don't know. Ready to enable this for VR. No, yeah, that's fine.
Look how cool the ampersand is in Garamond when I go italic.
Wow, that's very cool. So what time is it tomorrow?
It's 1 to 3. No, one, yeah.
1 to 4?
Yeah, 1 to 4.
You're gonna get a good night's sleep?
Maybe, probably not. I will.
You want to run it again tomorrow?
No, I should be okay, and I'll run it on someone fresh. I'm very grateful for your help today.
I didn't do anything. I didn't
you
do
did.
anything. It's just good. Yeah, it's good to run it through.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, if you can create, is this also in a way creating a VR way, a VR way of interacting with data and information, right? So this is something you should use in the library for Obama.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm trying to. I bought Vint Cerf a VR headset, just so that he can actually try it. Hang on a second. Oh yes. Oh, finished. Okay. 1 second, Henning.
Yeah.
Okay. See you tomorrow. That's Alexander, Tim's dad. He's been watching Stargate.
Oh, really?
For some reason, that's his show. It's quite cool.
Is he watching it with Ukrainian subtitles and learning English while watching it?
He is just watching it in English.
Oh, great. But he should have Ukrainian subtitles. Have it.
Well, Russian subtitles. Yeah, no such thing, unfortunately.
The way these dogs play is so brutal.
I can imagine.
It looks like they're killing each other. It's so funny. Anyways, Frode, good luck tomorrow. Get sleep.
Yeah. Henning, it's 1
And
o'clock.
I love you.
It's 1 o'clock. I don't have to get a lot of sleep for 1 o'clock.
No, but you need to be well rested.
I'll be well rested and well caffeinated.
Good. Okay.
Thank
Have
you.
fun tonight, Frode. I love you.
Talk to you later. Bye.
Bye.